Have you ever experienced riding a speeding car? Why is it that you tend to move forward when the car came to stop? When a moving car or train stops, passengers tend to move forward. Why is this so? Newton's first law of motion describes how an object at rest and how an object moving at a constant velocity stays in their state of motion. In both cases, the motion of an object is influenced by force. What characteristics of an object make the object stay at rest or stay in motion? In this lesson, you should be able to state the Newton's first law of motion. The tendency of an object to resist motion is called inertia. For objects at rest, the inertia depends on the mass. The more massive the object, the larger is its inertia. Thus, it is harder to make it move. A boulder has more mass compared to a pebble. Hence, compared to the pebble, it has a greater inertia. Therefore, it will be harder to move the boulder compared to the pebble. For moving objects, inertia depends on the object's momentum. Momentum is the amount of motion contained in an object. It is also defined as the mass in motion. In the higher grade levels, you will learn that momentum is the product of mass and velocity. The greater the momentum of an object, the harder it is to stop it from moving. Consider the figure below. A 60-kilogram man is running at a velocity of 5 meters per second, while a 50-kilogram man is running at a velocity of 10 meters per second. If we individually solve for the momentum of each, we will find that the product of mass and velocity is larger for the 60-kilogram man. Hence, he has a higher momentum. Henceforth, he has the greater inertia. So what is the Newton's first law of motion? The first law of motion states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion at a constant velocity and in the same direction unless acted upon by a net unbalanced external force. The tendency of an object to resist change in its state of motion is described by its inertia. Because of this, Newton's first law of motion is often called as the law of inertia. Let us consider a pool ball set on the table. Before a strike from another ball or a cue stick, the pool balls are all at rest. They will remain at rest as long as no external force acts on them. When the cue ball has been struck, it should move with constant velocity. Why is it then when playing or watching billiards, we notice that the balls do not actually move at a constant velocity? In fact, after moving some time, the balls eventually stop. This happens due to an external force, namely friction, which opposes the motion of the balls. Without friction, the balls will not stop on moving until they encounter another external force. There are many examples of Newton's first law in everyday life. Notice that when you are riding in a car and then the car suddenly stops, yet you continue in motion sliding forward along your seat. According to Newton's first law, your state of motion will not change unless acted upon by a net external force. This is why seatbelts are very important for everyone in riding an automobile, as their motions are subject to Newton's laws. When a car at rest or in constant velocity suddenly accelerates forward, you feel as if the force is pulling you backwards. And actually, inertia is making your body want to stay in its state of motion as the car accelerates forward. For more science videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and always remember that you are all awesome.